Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, November 10. Education Minister Favour Williams is assuring school administrators that plans are in place to accommodate all students leaving the 11th grade. The ministry recently announced the implementation of a 2-year extension of high school up to grade 13. But some schools have complained that they are unable to accommodate students due to space and resource constraints. However, during this morning's post-cabinet press briefing, it was shared that the ministry is working with schools to ensure that all students are accommodated.
We are working in collaboration as well with many of our community colleges and other institutions to facilitate our students who register for the sixth form program.
We have conducted our space audits within our high schools, and we also extended that to our tertiary institutions, and that is why we were able to come up with the idea of the off-site opportunities for our boys and girls. So we do understand the concerns of some of our principals at this time, but I use this opportunity to assure them that we are working along with you to ensure that you can address your limitations, and to make sure at the end of the day, all our students are given the opportunity to improve in their certification.
The sixth form pathway program has 3 streams: traditional, technical, and general pathway. Under the traditional program, students are prepared for university-level training and, upon completion, will receive an occupational or UCJ-approved associate degree. Through the technical pathway, students with no CXC passes but have an NVQJ Level 1 or 2 certification will be trained in a labor market skill of choice at grade 12 and have the option to pursue an occupational associate degree in grade 13. For students in the general sixth form pathway, emphasis will be placed on increasing literacy and numeracy skills while attaining City and Guild's Basic Proficiency Skills certification or a specialized skill area at the NVQJ level. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has announced its intent to re-engage the private sector to expand the number of labs for the PCR and antigen COVID-19 tests. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton gave the update in Parliament on Tuesday. He says the ministry will be working in conjunction with the Jamaica National Agency for Accreditation, JANAC, the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, and the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica. Importers of test kits must have them validated and approved by the Standards and Regulation Division of the Ministry of Health. Laboratories wishing to use these kits must get accreditation and approval from JANAC. Already, 15 laboratories are being assessed, with 10 at an advanced stage of accreditation to conduct COVID-19 testing in the population. These labs will join the current cadre of testing sites, which include 12 laboratories approved for antigen testing, 7 for PCR testing, and 1 collection center or reference site.
This represents, therefore, a two-pronged approach of increasing the number of kits available for testing, and increasing the number of labs offering testing will expand the level of testing within the population for the various activities for increasing awareness of infection rates in the organization or increased requirement for travel. These actions will further remove the barriers for persons who need access to safe testing sites within the population and provide Jamaicans with greater opportunities to manage the risks associated with the COVID-19 pandemic.
The boards of the Airports Authority of Jamaica (AAJ) and its subsidiary, the Norman Manley International Airports Limited (NMIA), have been dissolved by Transport Minister Robert Montague. This is to allow for recommendations and investigations into investments the AAJ made in a startup entity. Minister Montague, who gave the update at yesterday's sitting of Parliament, says the current boards, which were created after the investments, have shown their commitment to proper administration by offering to resign.
While these boards consist of new directors, and the point must be made that the current board was a different board from the board that made the investments. Directors who were not members during the purchase of these shares, they have decided to vacate the position. Madam Speaker, I am heartened by their decision to protect the integrity of the institution, and their commitment to good governance has not gone unnoticed. This will give the ministry and any other investigative body room to conduct their investigations and make recommendations.
Minister Montague says the AAJ has an investment policy that is usually amended to accommodate new developments or products in the investment market, which it considers suitable for its portfolio. Persons wishing to access pest risk analysis services from the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries must do so through the Jamaica Single Window for Trade JSwift platform. Chief Plant Quarantine and Produce Inspector Saniel Wilson Graham made the announcement during a recent interview with JIS News. The measure took effect on November 1.
This means that the branch will be able to respond in a more timely and efficient manner. It will reduce, of course, your need to come into the office to make the request, as well as the use of paper. This would make our services more efficient and certainly serve you way better.
To register for the JSwift platform, persons are required to input their taxpayer registration number and a contact number. Among other things, traders will be able to electronically submit applications for licenses, permits, certificates, and other regulatory requirements. And finally, the Mines and Geology Division of the Ministry of Transport and Mining is reiterating that there will be no mining in the proposed Cockpit Country Protection Area. The division's reassurance comes amidst concern in the media about mining activity in an area between St. Elizabeth and Manchester, which is said to be part of the Cockpit Country and Maroon lands. According to a map provided by the Mines and Geology Division, a proposed special exclusive prospecting license had been issued to Gisco Alpart to explore for bauxite in an area between St. Elizabeth and Manchester. The area stated in the notice is intended for mineral exploration and not mining. The division asserts that a mining lease would have to be granted for mining to take place, and currently only an exploratory agreement is in effect. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.